Welcome. In this video, I'm going to take you through the process of activating and setting up your newly created theme. So let's begin. Currently, you're looking at the default WordPress theme 2011. And the first thing that I'm going to do is log into the dashboard. And I'm going to show you that right now you can see that I have no pages in here. Once I activate this theme, there's going to be a number of pages that are created. Go under Upload, select the theme, and install. Once the theme finishes the upload to the server, you can now activate. Simply click Activate, and here we are. So now I'm going to open up the front end in a new tab. And here's what your theme is going to look like after it's activated. As you can see, we have a collection of pages. We have the About Us, Contact, Results, Shop, and What People Say. You'll notice that these pages display on all three menus. That's because I'm using the WordPress menu system for constructing these navigation areas. I'll get into that in a moment. Let's start from the top and work our way down for setting up this theme. So let's begin with the logo. Coming back into the dashboard, look under Appearance and you'll have a link for theme options. Click that. And your first setting is going to be the custom logo. Upload image. And here's the test logo. And there we are. Come down and save changes. And now when we refresh, you'll see that logo appear. Below the logo there is a block of text. So right below the logo area in the theme options, we have small text below logo. And in the center of the header right here, we have large text. And we can also set whether or not to display this menu. So I'm going to go ahead and hide it. Save all changes. Refresh. And there we are. Here's our small text, some large text, and notice that the navigation area is now gone. The next thing, let's change this this tagline text right here. So you'll find that area under Settings, General, and let's just change this and save changes. So now when we refresh, you see that text change accordingly. So let's begin with the navigation areas. The first thing that I'm going to do is bring this one back for the sake of example. So I'm going to come under Theme Options, and I'm going to select to show the secondary menu. Save all changes. Refresh. So now you see that it's back. So now to control these menu areas, this one right here is the primary menu. This one right here is the secondary menu. And then finally this one down here is the footer. To administrate these menus, come back into your admin panel. Under Appearance, you'll see a link Menus. Click that. You'll have to begin by giving a menu name. So I'll type Primary Menu and then Create Menu. Now that I've created the primary menu, right here on the left hand side you'll see that there is a new location that's available for theme locations. So you see the title Primary Menu, hit the drop down and select Primary Menu and then save. I'll put one link on here. I'm just going to put the home link and save menu. So now when we refresh, you see that we only have home. Now let's do this top menu right here. So for the second one, I'll put secondary menu, create menu, theme locations highlights, and we can select secondary menu from the drop down, save changes, and let's add uncategorized to the secondary menu. Refresh the changes, refresh the page. So now you see only that menu is available there. That menu item is available there. Finally, let's do the footer the same way. Create menu, hit the drop down and select footer, save, and let's put the contact link there. Save menu. Let's come over and refresh, and there we are. Next, let's take a look at this sidebar right here. So we'll come under Theme Options, and we'll go to Sidebar Options. So the first thing is, do you want to display a widgetized area over here? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I'll check that. Scroll down and save all changes. Now, under Appearance, let's go to Widgets. And I've already got a widget over here for links. Just go ahead and drop another one for categories. And I'll move it on top. Let's refresh. And there we are. You see those appear. Next thing for the sidebar, the social options. If you want to display the social area in the sidebar, you must check this. You can give a social area title. After that, you're going to have to select which social icons you would like to display. If you'd like to display Twitter, put a check in the box, enter the text that you would like to display, and the link to the account. Same with Facebook. You also have Flickr, newsletter, and RSS. Those work exactly the same way. So we'll save these changes. Come over and refresh. And there we are with the with the social area. Another thing you can do in your sidebar is add a content area. So I'm going to come back over to Sidebar Options, and there is an option right here to show content area in sidebar. So I'll go ahead and check that. And then we have to select the category. And categorized. Save all changes. Then refresh. So now you see that we have that post information right here. This is the post content, and this is the post title. So this area is pulling the most recent posts from the set category. Finally, at the bottom, you have the contact information. You have the option of showing no contact, show one contact, or show two contacts. I'm just going to show one. And let's go ahead and save all changes. And here we are. We have that information here. The next thing that I'm going to do is show you how to activate the grid layout for this theme. As a default, the theme uses the most recent posts to display as the home page, to display on the home page. However, you do have the option of using a grid layout. So the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and get logged back in to the admin. I'm going to create a new page and name it Home. Under Template, I'm going to hit the drop down and select Grid Home Page and click Publish. Now we're going to come down under Settings. We'll go to Reading, and for the front page display, I'll select the static page, hit the drop down and select Home. Save changes. Now when I refresh, you'll need to set the position of the sidebar. So if you want the sidebar on the left or if you want the sidebar on the right. So I'm going to come in. Let's go under sidebar options. Let's put the sidebar on the right. Save all changes. Now when we refresh, here's our sidebar. The next thing we have to do is put our slider right here in the empty area. In order to activate the slider, you're going to have to install the plugin that was sent to you. You'll simply have to install the plugin that come with your theme. So go under Plugins, Add New, Upload, browse for the folder that you've got the plugin in. It's the easing slider. Once uploaded to the server, you can activate plugin. Once the plugin is activated, you can come back over to your front end, refresh, and you'll see the turning wheel showing that nothing is in there to load. To get some images in there, also to resize this, we'll have to come back into the admin and set the dimensions so that it fills this area. And you can play with it a little bit to your preference. I'm just going to make it 630 by 320. So you'll see that you've got a new link called Easing Slider. Go ahead and click that. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the slider settings, and I'm going to change the default 480 to 630. I'm going to change the 185 to 320. And then Save changes. Now when we refresh, you'll see that that gets larger. Now let's add a couple of images to the slider. So I'll come back over here, and you're going to need to go to usage settings, and then where it says get images from, hit the drop down and make sure that you select custom images, and then save changes. After that, we can begin adding some images. Each one of these blocks represents an image in the slideshow. You've got the image path and then the image link. If you want the image to link to a destination when clicked, then you would put that destination URL in the image link field. If you do not want the image to be linkable, then simply leave that area blank. To get images, we're going to have to upload. Click the upload button. Select the file from our computer. And then I'm going to select slider 1. After you upload it, you'll be given the link URL. Just click in there and highlight that entire URL. Copy that. Let's close this out. And then let's paste that URL in the image path field. Let's give it a destination. Let's do another image. Select files from the computer, and I'll just grab let's just do this one. Copy, paste, and now that we've got both images in there, let's save changes. And we come back over to the home page and refresh. Here we are. And you can see when that image is clicked on, we're taken to the destination. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and do one of the featured clients area. So we first have to come over and go on the theme options, and then click content options. And here we'll need to hit the drop down and select the category for displaying that area. This area is populated by the 6 most recent posts from a given category. It displays an image. I'll click Save All Changes. Refresh. So now you just see the title, Sample Post. I'm going to come over, All Posts. Here's Sample Post. I'll edit it. That's this post right here. And I'll just add a featured image. After uploading, scroll down, use this featured image, and you'll see that image appear over in the featured image area. Let's update this post. So now when we come back over to the home page and refresh, we see that post. And if we click it, we're taken to that particular post page. Next, I want to show you how you can control this title right here. Back inside of the theme options panel, we'll go under content options, and right here we can enter the title for home center blocks. So I'll just replace this with and we set the category that we want the 6 most recent posts to be pulled from. Save all changes. Come back and refresh. So you see that's changed to recent work. I'm going to add one more post here. So let's go to add new post. And I'm going to name this post under featured image, select files, use this featured image, close it so you'll see that there. And I'm going to just add another category. I'm going to call this category featured, and add new category. So I'm not going to put this one inside of the uncategorized category. Let's publish it. So right now we come over and we see that we still only see the one. So now what I'm going to do is come under theme options. I'm going to go back to content options. Now I hit the drop down and I have the featured category shows. Select featured, save changes. Now when I refresh, so now you see that it's updated with the recent image, with the recent post. If we go under all posts and we change the category from uncategorized and put this one in the featured, update. Now when we take a look, we see the second one. And I'll just add one more. I'll put it in the featured category. I'll select the featured image and I'll just grab one from the library. So just use this one again. Use this featured image. Publish. And when I refresh, and here we are. Next, let's take a look at switching this sidebar. So right now we're looking at the home page. I'll come in, go to theme options. Let's take a look at sidebar options. So right now we're looking at on home page. Right now it's on the right. Hit that. Save all changes. Refresh. And you'll see it ends up on the left. Come back up. Switch it back to the right. Save all changes. Refresh. Now it's back on the right. For the inside pages and posts, so right now you see that the sidebar is on the right. We can put it on the left. Or we can set for there to be none. Next, let's control some of the colors and typography. So if we go into the dashboard, and then under theme options, we can set typography settings, so we can set the global font. Okay, so I'll just hit the drop down and I'll select 12. We want it Arial. I want it normal. And let's make it black. And then for paragraphs, Let's hit the drop down, select 12, Arial. Let's make it normal, black. Okay. Save all changes. Let's take a look. Okay. We can see that the text is now black. Here's the content text right here. Now let's set for links. These are all links over here, which is why they didn't update. So I'll come back in under typography settings. Let's set the global link font 12 pixels, Arial, normal, and let's make the links, let's make them like a bluish. And then we also need to set the mouse over, the hover. So let's make the mouse over a lighter shade of blue. Save all changes. And now when we refresh, you see that these links get a lot smaller, and when we hover over, we get the hover over color. So now we can set the H1 settings. That's the level 1 heading. You can set the level 1 heading background color. So for example, this sample post level 1 heading, we can set the background color for it. Let's make it black just for the sake of example. And let's make the font color white. And let's increase it to size 24 and leave it bold. Save all changes. When we refresh, notice that this background turns black. The font is now large and white. This navigation area right here. So come over under navigation styling, set the menu background color. So I could make it this color. Let's set the link styles. I'll make them 12 pixels, Arial, normal, and let's make them white. Save all changes. Refresh. There we have it. You can set each different aspect of the navigation. So the link on mouse over, that's the state when you put your mouse over it. The link when it's on that current page, the color. The background color for mouse over. The sub menu background color, that's for if you have sub pages applied and you have the drop down menu. Next, let's take a look at this contact area. For the contact area, each aspect has a font setting. So we can make it 12, Arial, normal, black, 12, Arial, normal, black, then 12, Arial, normal. I'll make this one red. Notice here the contact area. The font has been formatted. Now let's make a drop down menu. So let's go under Appearance, Menus, and for the primary menu, I'm going to add another link, make a contact, add the menu, and I'm just going to click and drag to the right a little bit to indent it. Let it go and save menu. Now when I refresh and hover over, we have that contact menu right here. Once again, you style those colors inside of the theme options page. Now, let's go ahead and make a testimonial. So we come in, we take a look over here on our sidebar, and you'll see where it says testimonials, and we'll add a testimonial. Okay, add and then hit submit. Now when you refresh, you'll see that testimonial there. You can increase or you can control the font. So here you see we've got a home page testimonials. Let's make it 24 pixels. Keep it Arial. Let's keep it bold. And let's keep it that color and just save changes. So the only thing we've done is made it larger. So let's refresh. And you see that testimonial font has gotten larger. The home page is going to rotate through your testimonials, showing one testimonial randomly. However, you can have a full testimonials page. So let's go inside of the admin. Let's go to all pages. And I'm going to edit the what people say page. I'm going to come down, drop a couple of lines, and we're going to put in this short code and click update. I'm going to have to add this page to the navigation, so I'm going to just come over here. I'm going to add what people say to that nav menu. Save menu. Refresh. So now let's go to this what people say link. And here we are. You see the testimonial text right here. You can also have a form that displays so that visitors can leave a testimonial. So I'm going to add a new page. And I'm going to say and I'm going to grab the second one, which is the testimonials form. I'm just going to pop that in there. Hit publish. And let's come under menu, and I'm going to add this as a sub menu item to the testimonials, what people say. Save menu. Refresh. And now when we go to this link, here's the form. Now a person can fill this out and submit it. So submit it. So as you can see, an administrator has to approve the testimonial. The administrator will receive an email, as you can see right here, letting the administrator know that there is a testimonial in moderation. So now we'll come under testimonials. And we can see that the status of this one is pending. So I can put a check in, and I can say that I want it hidden, pending, or I want it public. If I make it public, click set status, and it's updated.